Hey y'all, what's up? Thanks so much for stopping by. In today's video, I'm going to be giving you the breakdown of all of my favorite beauty products from the month of January, as well as a few random kind of like lifestyle, skincare type of, I don't know, just random favorites. So let's go ahead and get right in. I do have all the makeup on my face today just because I think it's very helpful to see it in action, or maybe not quite action because I didn't do demos. If you guys like those type of videos, definitely let me know down below and I can always film my next favorite videos in that fashion. Let's go ahead and start off with foundation. Lately, on days where I'm wearing color on my eyes, I feel the need to have a little bit more coverage rather than just like a dewy, easy breezy, everyday type of look. So this is a combo that I have been loving. I go in with a mixture of the SMASHBOX Studio Skin Full Coverage 24-Hour Wear Foundation. I have this in the shade 3.0 and then the Maybelline Fit Me Dewy and Smooth version in 220. Now, I think during the summer months, I definitely would like the SMASHBOX foundation more on its own just because I can kind of rely on the Houston humidity just to add a little bit more moisture to my face. But on these cooler and drier months, I just find this to be a little bit too dry on my face. I've definitely experienced matte foundations that are way drier. I actually like this, which is surprising just because I'm normally not the biggest fan of like natural matte foundations. It's not a flat matte, but it's definitely way matter than some of the other formulas that I tend to gravitate towards. But I love the coverage that it gives, and a teeny tiny bit goes such a long way. It's definitely full coverage, but I like that it gives you the coverage without feeling very heavy and mask-like on your face. But like I said, since it's cooler and drier out right now, I like a ton of hydration on my face. So I just find that it wears a lot better on my skin in these cooler months when I mix it with something just a little bit more dewy and radiant. To be honest, I didn't want to cheat, but the foundation that I've been mixing it with it even more now is the Wet n Wild, their new Photo Focus Dewy edition. That foundation stole my heart immediately. I really didn't start using that foundation until the last week of January. I can probably already tell you though, that will definitely be a February favorites. But before I discovered the Wet n Wild Dewy, this is what I was mixing it with. So if you happen to have this in your collection already and you notice the same thing, that it just feels a little bit too much or too dry in these cooler months, try mixing it with something dewy. Okay, next up, this one is a little bit of a cheat. Well, it is a cheat because I didn't start using this one more towards the end of the month, but ever since using it, I cannot put it down. It is so good. This is the Revlon Skin Lights Prismatic Bronzer. I have mine in the shade 110 Sunlit Glow. I know the highlighter comes in a couple different shades, so I'm guessing the bronzer does as well. If you want to see it live in action, I'll go ahead and link the last video that I did recently talking all about like new makeup at the drugstore. This one really took me by surprise just because in the pan, it does look like it's very metallic and just, I don't know, kind of more of a toned down bronzer, but it's what I'm wearing today. And if you're just looking for something to give you like a true sunlit glow, this is so, so beautiful. It definitely looks like toned down and boring in the pan, but I would say this would suit anywhere from like light to medium skin tones. I think the reason that I love this so much is because the actual way that it applies onto the skin reminds me of one of my all-time favorite bronzers from Revlon. Judge Judy's are about to bust up out of the seams because I have kept this bronzer for over a decade. I'm not even lying. They discontinued this bronzer and I just can't find it in my heart to let it go. I still have the highlighter as well. And if you're wondering, yeah, I'm disgusting and I still use this every now and then, but only on special occasions because it's discontinued. It even kind of has like hard pan on the top, so I need to scrape it. But this was the Revlon Colorstay Mineral Finishing Powder in Suntan Matte. Obviously this one is matte. The other one has more of like a natural sheen to it, not even glitter, just like a very beautiful, like reflective sheen. This was so much like that powder in the way that you could apply layer upon layer upon layer and it just did not get muddy or cakey. I don't know why they ever discontinued this because this is such a good bronzer. I don't care how expired that is. I will never let it go. You can think I'm disgusting. I really don't care. This is another product that I'm pretty sure that I have featured in a other favorites video, but it's so good. It's bronzer that I packed. Well, it's a blush, but it's kind of like a blush and bronzer in one. I actually packed this on my cruise with me. If you are looking for like a no makeup type of blush, this one is great. This is the Bare Minerals Bounce and Blur Blush in Blurred Buff. This is hands down the best shade out of all of them. I know I've already said this a million times, but I love the Super Shock eyeshadows. I could just never get it into the blushes. However, this formula, it definitely, there is a slight difference compared to the ColourPop ones. You can apply this like with your finger, you can apply it with a stippling brush. It just goes on beautifully. It melts right into the skin. You can apply it like onto your bare cheeks or on top of powder, and it never pills up or gets weird. It's one of those perfect tones that's perfect for a no makeup day, or if you're someone who's just very simplistic with your makeup. I think this is a color that would flatter so many. It's just a very beautiful, flattering, everyday type of blush. I wore this for, what, 2-3 weeks straight and just never got tired of it. It's very, very good. Okay, Landon had to come in to brag on his 100 on his social studies test. Very proud mama over here. Okay, moving on to eyeshadows. I always forget the name of this one. I hate that the name isn't on here. I want to say it's something with Crown, but this is one of the pre-made ColourPop palettes. While I do love a majority of the shades in here, I definitely have several favorites that make this whole palette for me. So if you're not interested in this whole palette, but you are looking for specific shades, specifically the ones that are on my eyes today, I'm pretty sure you can go in and buy all these singles. First up is Martian. This is such an amazing lid to crease color. It's not fully matte. I know a lot of us feel like you have to only have like mattes in your crease, but it's not overly shimmery either. It's kind of like that bronzer where it's a matte base with just a very nice sheen to it. This is what's on my crease. I kind of had that blown out. And then I like to go in with Feather. This is more of it's a deep brown, but there's definitely a plum undertone to it. So that's what I have on the outer corner. And then all over, oh, I don't have a wipe. On my lid as the base, I go in with this shade called Mr. Sandman. This is just a beautiful lavender duochrome type of shade. These three colors together are so beautiful on like brown or hazel eyes. I really think they just really make your eyes pop. But to kick up Mr. Sandman up a notch, I like to go in with a little bit of glitter. And for that, this is one of the PIXI liquid glitter, what are they called? Liquid fairy lights. This one is in the shade Crystalline. Now, the thing is with this, I don't like to go in and apply it like I do with my Stila ones or KBD ones. I don't go in and apply it just like this, just because something about this, the formula of this color, it does get a little bit too wet on the eye. So what I like to do, I like to just tap some onto my finger like this, and then I'll pat that onto my eye. And it just adds so much. Like the little blue reflective glitters in here really enhance the blue duochrome shift in this eyeshadow. And that is what I have on my eyes. Obviously, I haven't been wearing like duochrome purple shadow every single day though. So on other days, I'll just go in with this molten gold right here. This one is called Not Okay Metallic. Look at this. It's not your typical classic yellow, like MAC, wasn't it called MAC Gold Mine? It's more of a yellow orangey gold, so it's just more saturated. Now, this next eyeliner is a higher end product, but not only is the formula amazing, it's the color. It is just so good. If you caught my Makeup Geek rebrand video, I use this eyeliner in 2 out of the 3 looks. This is one of the NARS high pigment longwear eyeliners. It's in the shade Mambo. If you're someone who has long office hours or you notice a lot of your eyeliners just like smudge and get all over the place, this line has so many different shades from like black, cobalt blue, white, yellow, orange, greenish. I have watery eyes. Whenever I line my tight line with this, this is hands down the longest wearing shade that I've worn on my waterline. It just does not budge. If you don't like set it right away, you do have that like small window where you could go in and smudge it out with other eyeshadows. I did that in the Makeup Geek video just to get a really beautiful blown out smoky lower lash line. I use it sometimes as like a base on my outer corner. So I know like the last several months I've been nonstop about the Laura Mercier lip liner in Plumberry. I still love that, but I've been trying to make myself use other lip liners because I have a stupid amount. So I've been gravitating towards the Bare Minerals Gen Nude Under Over lip liner. I think I've actually talked about this in a favorites video as well. This one is in the shade Freestyle. So I went in and lined and filled my lips with this. It's just a beautiful warm nude. I mean, honestly, I'm sure you could easily dupe this at the drugstore, but it's the combo that I like more than anything. So I go in with that as the base, and then I go in with one of the L'Oreal Color Shine lipsticks. This one is in Glossy Fawn. Mine is ridiculous. I've been using this every single day. I keep it in my purse. The formula of these really remind me of the old school Revlon Lip Butters. This one is in the shade Glossy Fawn. I'm almost done with mine. I love this just because it is so moisturizing, and it's like a lipstick and lip gloss in one. I don't feel the need to go in with a gloss just because it has a really nice high shine moisturizing finish. I do like Glossy Fawn on its own, but for me, I just like to have a little bit more of a brown tone in there. This one sometimes on its own, just because I have very unpigmented lips. So there's pretty much like no base to wear. Sometimes this looks too nude on its own for me. So I pretty much always pick some sort of lip liner base. Now moving on to skincare and just some kind of like random favorites. This, If you have dry skin or you just love anything moisturizing and nourishing on your face, you have to try this. The only thing is, I think the mist version that I have here is harder to find in the States unless you have a Asian cosmetic store near you, whether it's like Aritom or, I mean, there's other ones, but that's kind of just a well-known one. However, I know that just the original one, which it's the same formula. One is just, I'm pretty sure it's the exact same. They feel the same on my skin. One is actual like dump toner, and then the other one is a mist, but it's the Laneige Cream Skin. This is amazing. It's basically a toner and moisturizer in one. There's supposed to be a whole jar of cream in this bottle. It just melts right into your skin. I love the mist though, just because it's something that I could apply before makeup, after makeup, at nighttime. I've gone through, I think, one full-size bottle of the cream skin and then one like small sample bottle. But then I recently discovered the mist, and I just like this because it is so hydrating, and especially during these winter months whenever my face does feel dry, especially on days where I have a heavier foundation. Sometimes like Fix Plus doesn't do enough. This really just melts right into your skin. Oh, actually oh no, I can't, can I? Maybe I could wedge this metal piece off. I was gonna say I could just start pouring my regular cream skin in here. Oh no, it does come off. I can just start refilling this with the regular cream skin that I buy at Sephora because like I said, I'm like 100%, it's the same exact formula. If you're someone who still uses like an alcohol-based toner and you're looking for something just way more hydrating, something that plumps up the skin, just makes your skin feel so supple, you have to try Laneige Cream Skin. This is a product where I'm almost certain a few months down the line, everyone is gonna be loving. I swear that is what happened with the Laneige Lip Sleeping Mask. I had been using that for years, and then all of a sudden whenever it got introduced to Sephora, then everybody was using it. I'm like, y'all, this has been here forever. So do not sleep on cream skin, especially if you are someone with dry skin. This stuff is so milky and so hydrating. I still go in with my moisturizer after, but for my toner, cream skin all the way. It is so good, and just, you have to try it. Even if you just go into Sephora and dump some of the cream skin onto the back of your hand and massage it in, you'll know what I mean immediately. It is just, it's luxe. It's juicy, it's milky, those are like terrible words probably, but I'm telling you, if you want like good hydrated skin, especially this time of the year, that stuff is bomb.com. Okay, and then I did want to mention these rings just because I feel like I haven't talked about Miranda Fry in my favorites recently, and it's pretty much all I ever wear. I feel like I always get questions about my jewelry on Instagram. 99.9% of the time, it's Miranda Fry. For instance, these earrings, these are Miranda Fry. These are the Audrey earrings. I do have a coupon code to save y'all money if you place orders. I think it's like $50 or more. I feel like I just yelled, my bad. I did get these Huggies today though at Target. I was just talking about on stories how I just remembered that I have my second hole pierced. I had no idea, and then this morning whenever I was putting these in, I accidentally poked this hole, and I was like, what in the Sam hell? I have an extra, oh, you guys get it, earring hole, piercing hole. I shouldn't just say hole, that sounds odd. But these were the pieces that I really want to talk about. This ring is so beautiful. I feel like it's totally appropriate this time of the year for Valentine's Day. I'm going to be wearing it all the time though, but it's just this adorable little like crystal filled heart ring. I just think it is so precious. If you celebrate like Valentine's Day or like Galentine's, I think this would make the perfect gift for your best friend. It's so cute. And then these other two rings here, I forget the name. One is Haven, I forget the other. I'm typically not a silver girl, but I like these two stacked, especially on my pointer finger. So they're kind of like those bubble dome rings. The only thing is with these, especially if you're wanting to wear them on your pointer or your middle finger, I would size up just because since they are thicker, they do fit a little bit tighter than regular rings. Moving on to random favorites. I have been using this cup nonstop. If you are somebody who has a hard time drinking water, last year I was all about my juggie that I got from Walmart. I still use that all the time, but what I like more about this tumbler that I got at Starbucks is that it actually fits into the cup holders in my car. My juggie was so big that it didn't fit in there. So whenever I have a cute cup, I'm better about staying hydrated throughout the day. Something about this just made me really happy. I know they have this at Starbucks right now. I'm guessing they're going to carry it throughout the month for February. There's like a solid red glitter, but something about this was just cute and happy. So I got this and I've been loving it and drinking out of it every single day. And then the very final favorite, I've talked about TRULEMON in the past. I love their crystallized lemon packets. I always have those in my purse for whenever we go to a restaurant. I always like to have lemon in my water, not a sugar one. It's literally just crystallized lemon. Has such like a tasty, bright lemon flavor. Just because I've seen like videos of what lemon slices or wedges look at some restaurants, like how dirty they can get. I'm sure there's a million other dirty things at restaurants. I just don't want to think about it, but that lemon video really kind of grossed me out. So crystallized lemon packets are always with me. But I've talked about the TRULEMON lemonade in the past. I just recently found these this month and or I guess last month, and this flavor is so good. So this has caffeine in it. It's supposed to be their energy one. There's 0 sugar, 0 fat, 0 sodium, 0 protein. If you're someone who has a hard time with water, like you need flavors and you don't really like tea, you can get caffeine from this still from the green tea extract in here. But this is the wild blackberry pomegranate flavor. This one is so tasty. I will say though, they're still sweet because there's, I think, stevia extract in here, right? Citric acid, natural flavor, vegetable juice for color, stevia leaf extract, caffeine, vitamin C, caffeine from green tea extract. Yeah. There is, I think, a cherry one, a cherry cranberry. I haven't tried that one yet. That one might be like a cranberry limeade, but this what in tarnation? Wild blackberry pomegranate is really good. Honestly, anything from TRULEMON, they have a watermelon lemonade that is delicious as well. I just love their flavors. So if you are like a Crystal Light drinker, that's totally fine, but I don't know, I'm definitely more team TRULEMON. There you have it. There are my favorites from the last month. I hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know if you tried out any of these products yourself or if you have any products that you would like to recommend to me. Always love hearing from y'all. And yeah, thanks for hanging out. See you in the next one. Bye.